good? Alright guys, so today we're going to look at boost word books, and to start with, I'm going to start by going through our boost words. Now this first picture is for our first word, and it's quite a good one because we're learning about it in maths, but the word can have two different meanings. The word that this picture means is pound. Now I know you have pounds in the pound coin, but does anyone know what pound the other way might mean? Where it's saying pound for this, what do they think? What do you think, Marika?
Like your heart is pounding.
Yeah, your heart is pounding, or maybe has anyone got any other ways that you could pound? What else can pound? Your heart can pound. What if I had a drum? What could I do with the drum?
Pound it.
Pound it. Well done, Dexter. Yeah. So you can pound a drum, or heart can be pounding. So what I'll do, if something pounds, it hits loudly. That's what happens. So it can be a pound coin, but if it's used as a
Or also stamping it is kind of like pounding.
yeah, it's a bit. You're right. I'll read you a little story so you can see. Now, when you hear the boost words, can you, let's touch our nose when we've got our boost word. Well, just we touch on the nose when you hear the boost word. Okay. David was feeling very nervous. He was waiting to go on stage at school concert to play drums with the band. He peeked through the curtains at the audience. There were an awful lot of people sitting out there and waiting for the show to start. David's legs felt like jelly, and his hands were shaking. He could feel his heart pounding in his chest. Well done, guys. Mr. Jones, the music teacher, was saying that it was time to go on. David's friend from the band grabbed his hand and pulled him onto the stage with him. Don't be nervous, let's just have fun, he whispered. Soon David was enjoying the music and pounding away on the drums, and had forgotten all about his nerves. So that's pounding. Okay, let's go on to our next one. So this one is, did I hear someone say, Aaron, what did you think it was? Stacking, you're right, it is. It's to stack. It's another one of our verbs. And if we stack something, we put it in a tidy pile, like these blocks. So let's have a wee read of this. It was time for playgroup. Sophie loved going there to play with her friends and all different toys. Her favourite thing to play with were the coloured wooden blocks. There were so many of them. She loved stacking them up one by one into a tower and seeing how tall she could make it before they fell over. One morning, she was very excited because she had managed to build a tower nearly as tall as she was. Just then, her friend Aaron came running past, and all of Sophie's bricks toppled down in a heap. Oh no, she cried. Aaron came running back and said he was really sorry, that's what said Aaron, and told her he would help her stack them back up again. So they played together with the bricks until it was time to go home. That was good and well done. I'm watching you out in the corner of my when I read, and I can see you all touching your nose, or Dexter went, and you could hear the stack word. Well done. Okay, next word. So we've got pound, stack.
Roll.
Oh, it's like throw, but they use, this is the thing about boost words. Sometimes we use a bit of a better word than throw. So we could use throw, but it's an even better word. It's hurl, yeah, you're right, it's hurl. I think that's because, don't worry if we don't know that 2B, I think it's because 2A have read this book already, so they're experts on it, which is really good to have them in the room. So hurl, yeah, if you hurl something, you throw it, but you throw it really hard. So let's have a wee story about this one. See if you can hear the hurl word. It was school sports day. Jack really wanted to win a medal, but the problem was he couldn't run very fast, so probably wouldn't win the running race. He couldn't jump very high, so he probably wouldn't win the high jump or the hurdles. And he was no good at the long jump either. He was feeling a bit fed up, but noticed a new event. Hurl the beanbag. Well done, Ellie, yeah, hurl. Well, he knew this was something he would be good at. He had lots of practice throwing sticks really hard for his dog to chase and catch. If I can hurl a stick, I can hurl a beanbag, he said to himself. And sure enough, he won the medal. So that word's hurl.
I also got one, like actually spin something really hard.
Oh, when you, sorry, what was that?
Spinning something really hard.
Oh, that's twirl. They sound very close though, you're right, Dexter. You have hurl, which is a to start, whereas twirl, that's when you spin around really fast, you're right. That's a good one though. Right, our next one. Oh dear, what's happened to this person? Have a guess, Ellie. Tripping over, so it's tripping over, but it's not that word. That's good. It's a stumble, yeah, it's a stumble. But that's it, because this is because 2A have read this book, so they know a few of these words. But yeah, that's to stumble. Dexter, you've really locked these words into your head. Well done. So stumble is like tripping over. It's if you stumble, you nearly fall over when you're walking or running. So you stumble, but you don't actually fall. You go up and you catch your balance again.
Or slip.
Yeah, you might have a wee slip, but you manage to keep your balance. So, let's have a wee look here in our story. Sophie was very excited. She was going round to her friend Bella's for a sleepover. Bella's house was just on the other side of the park, so it wouldn't take Sophie long to walk there. But Sophie was so excited and in such a hurry that she didn't pay attention to where she was putting her feet and stumbled over a large stone, well done guys, that was hidden in the grass. Luckily she didn't fall down and she kept going quickly until she reached the gate. Bella's mum opened the door and called to her, "Slow down, Sophie, or you might stumble up the garden path." Well done, yeah, there was another stumble in there. Well heard, Ellie. So we've got another one there, that was a stumble. Oh, and this is a good one. You can think about what that one is. I'll give 2B a wee guess, and then maybe if 2A can remember, you can tell us. What do you think that one is? What do you think it might be? The wind's blowing, but it's blowing really hard. What do you think, Erin? Oh, it's not wind, but yeah, it's close to wind. Ellie, what do you think? Blowing. It's not blowing. Michael, do you want to give it a go? No, it's not that. No. Let's see. What do we do? Do you remember, Dexter, that one? No, it's a bit of a tricky one. This one is gale. So if someone's blowing a gale,
I know something like that, but I just can't remember.
I know, well, you remembered all the other ones, so you're doing a really good job. I think it was tricky to remember all of them. So gale is a very strong wind. Let's hear a wee story about this one as well. Dad came through the front door quickly with his coat collar up and his hat pulled down tight over his ears. Whew! It's blowing a gale out there. I nearly lost my hat, he laughed. After tea, we were watching television and saw the weatherman warning about a gale that was blowing across the country. He said the winds could be as strong as 60 miles per hour.
I heard gale in it.
Or it might have been he said the winds is the winds, but yeah, there was a gale just before. He looked out the window through the rain and watched the tree in the front garden bend and shake in the strong wind. It looked like all the leaves had been blown off and some branches too. By the next morning, the wind had died down, but the gale had left a terrible mess. Very good. Just like, you know, when we go out to the woodlands sometimes and maybe Mrs. Carol will say, "Oh, stay away from that tree or keep away because there's some branches that are a bit loose." Or sometimes we have to make sure that the branches are down. That's when there's been a really strong gale, and it's not just pulled the leaves off the tree, but it's pulled some of the branches down, and we have to make sure they're safe before we can kind of play near them. And that's, I think, our last one. So those are all your Bruce words. Let's just see if we can have a wee run through them and see if we remember. So in a minute, we'll have a wee shout out to each of them and see if we can remember them all. Okay, number one is pound. Let's see if we can focus. Stack. Gale.
Stumble.
A little bit blurry, but stumble. Well done.
And
Hurl. Well done. Okay. Now we'll listen to the story and let's see if you can spot those words in the story. Can you stop the video there, Miss Jack?